Corpus Christi is close to having 20 million more gallons of water a day available. This is South Texas Midday. I'm Spencer Chiak. Corpus Christi City Manager Peter Zanoni's Water Update press conference is underway at the time of this recorded newscast. His opening statement included a few new updates on various water projects. The eastern water wells are now complete and add an additional 5 million gallons a day to the water supply. 2 more wells will be running in the western well field by this weekend, bringing that total to an additional 12 million gallons a day. A new location is also set to be added, called the Ed Rochelle Foundation well field. The city will own the water rights by early next week, and once completed, the wells will provide 9 million gallons a day. By June, those 3 sites are expected to provide a total of 26 million gallons. The Evangeline groundwater project design is now 60% complete, and construction has already started. The city previously has called the 26 million gallon a day well field the most important project to avoid a water emergency. There are 3 entities protesting the project, including the city of Sinton. An administrative judge will determine if the protestants have standing on April 28th. There will be a special city council meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. The Inner Harbor desalination plant will be the sole topic, with the city council being asked to allow Corpus Christi Desal partners to continue the design model to 60%. Then, on April 28th, the city council will be asked to approve the project after the far-field model of the Corpus Christi Bay system is complete and reviewed. The guaranteed cost of the plant will be $278 million and is expected to be completed in 3.5 years. The city of Corpus Christi's bond rating has taken a hit due to water concerns. Credit rating agency Fitch Ratings has kept the city's AA rating, but the outlook has been downgraded from stable to negative. In a press release, City Manager Peter Zanoni said the agency told the city they have 1 to 2 years to improve their long-term water outlook. Bond ratings impact the total cost of public infrastructure projects. Fitch grades on a AAA to D scale. A New York Times article detailing years of alleged sexual harassment and assault by United Farm Workers leader Cesar Chavez shocked many in the Hispanic community. And for some women, it sparked conversations around generational trauma. KERA's Priscilla Rice reports on how it's being addressed and how a culture of silence might be slowly changing. For listeners, the next 4 minutes will include discussions of sexual assault.
Olga Lopez is the chair of the Growth Foundation for the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. She says when she first saw the New York Times report come out, it made her think of a close family friend whose daughters were sexually abused by their father.
They remained silent because of the threats, because of the power that he had over them. Very similar to what Cesar Chavez did. His power, abuse of power, is why individuals didn't speak up, because they may have felt shame.
That shame is what kept United Farm Workers co-founder Dolores Huerta quiet for several decades, unable to share that Chavez had allegedly raped her. Here she is speaking with John Quiñones on ABC.
To think that someone that so many of us thought as our hero.
Huerta's story, and those of Chavez's other alleged victims, are too familiar in Hispanic communities, says Denise Benavides, executive director of La Monarca Foundation, a migration advocacy group.
We need to talk about this because this is a serious problem in not only our Latino culture, but in other cultures too, where we have that predatory uncle, predatory cousin, and we don't talk about it because, we don't want people to look bad.
Although Hispanic women aren't necessarily more likely to be victims of sexual abuse, some research shows they do have a higher rate of non-disclosure than other ethnicities, meaning they often don't come forward about their assault. That's for a number of reasons, such as generational trauma linked to colonization, religion, and immigration, as well as a culture of prioritizing the well-being of the community over the individual.
It goes back to preserving, right, like the sense of safety and community. Like any allegation is a threat to, the legacy that had been built.
Breaking generational traumas in the Hispanic community is something Nayeli Miranda keeps at the center of her work. She's a therapist and the director of the mental health nonprofit Community Does It. The clinic she oversees is located inside of Buckner Bazaar in a predominantly Hispanic area in the southeast Dallas community of Pleasant Grove. There's also been a stigma against therapy in the Hispanic community, and she's heard people tell her,
"No, that's not for me. I'm not crazy." And then they hang up.
But she says she's seen a shift.
Like, I see a lot of mothers coming in and saying, "I know mental health is important." So from 20 years ago, I think that has changed tremendously.
She says more and more women are sharing with each other and are breaking the stigmas of past traumas, such as sexual abuse and rape. Olga Lopez with the Dallas Hispanic Chamber says that's the only way to put an end to cycles of abuse and shame.
That although it is very hurtful and there's much pain, there are support groups, there are people that are here to stand by you and to support you and to help you overcome.
And while there's still more work to be done, Miranda says a community can learn from the past. She says there is healing power in sharing.
There's a reason why our culture, as much as I love it, and our community, as much as I love it, is reacting the way that it is. And if we default to, well, this is just a horrible thing and a part of our culture, and it's terrible that it's happening, and we don't try to understand why it's happening, then we're not going to move forward.
Resources and counselors are available by calling 211 or the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 800-656-HOPE. I'm Priscilla Rice in Dallas.
You've been listening to South Texas Midday, your community arts calendar, and more on its way.